So, Boyd. Now remember, Boyd, once all the representatives enter and are seated, be certain to offer each one of them a chalice. Now, always be polite, and remember, touch the chalices as little as possible. What? Before you hand it to them.
All right, Garrett. And when do I offer the royal chalices to the king and queen?
You do not, Boyd. You see, that is my job.
But I never get to do it!
Oh,
Why
God.
do you get to give the king and queen their chalices?
Because only the head servant gets the honor of such duties. You will only get to do that after I am dead.
So, 2 or 3 years, Uncle.
Why, you slimy little...
Oh, look, Uncle Garrett, a crowd is only formed for the official opening ceremonies.
Good gentles, good morning. How pleasant it is to see so many...
Potential witnesses!
So many people arrive ahead of schedule. The ceremony will begin in mere moments.
Garrett,
Yes?
I still do not understand why we have this competition for the position of the Lord High Constable. What happened to the old one?
Well, Boyd, it seems our former Lord High Constable, Morgan of Owain, he was killed when he tried to overthrow the king. And his second in command, Kanji of Gorodil, well, he refused to take up the position.
Did they kill him too?
Oh, no, Boyd. Morgan was the only one to suffer that fate. He was a bugger.
It's a bugger.
Ask your mother. Now look, here come the king and queen. Oh my. All rise! I present to you King Tonatrus and Queen Aurelice of Culzean and representatives from the 8 nations of the world. Allow them to hear your excitement on this most prestigious day. Oh, Gusty, yes, clap for them.
Huzzah!
Please be seated. It is indeed our honor on this most prestigious of days to be numbered amongst our distinguished guests. For today is no ordinary day of festival. On today, we will determine who will draw together the armies of Culzean and put forth my vision of a world which is ruled by order, not chaos, where not one nation but all nations are brought to bear against those who would wish to do harm, against all good and decent souls. Now this tournament will be a symbol of that strength and trust.
As Queen of Culzean and official ambassador, I now call all representatives to present themselves in accordance with the rules of order. Aranel of Ayarin.
Yes, Your Majesty.
If you would begin.
Yes, Your Majesty. I am Aranel, the Royal Ambassador of the Elven Lands of Ayarin, and with me is Usalanai, the Royal Military Advisor of Ayarin. Since Culzean's formation, the elves and the humans have worked together side by side, and today we see an opportunity not only to show our continued alliance with Culzean, but to prove that over 1,000 years have made the elves stronger and more wiser than ever before. On behalf of Ayarin,
I am King Brucane of Magra. I, along with my Lieutenant General, Doflek of Drukanen, represent the Dwarven Mountains of Grumor. The dwarves have long been known as a stout symbol of strength and constitution, which is precisely what Culzean needs in these trying times. The dwarves have not often been known for their diplomacy. But we see this tournament as an opportunity to work with the other nations to create a stronger world. On behalf of Grumor, we salute you for honor!
King Tonatris, Queen Erelise, I am Gremlin from the Goblin lands of Kobolos, and with me is Kiri of Kuki.
Hi!
Queen of our Goblin lands.
I call foul upon this farce, Your Majesty. Gremlin is a self-appointed king of the valley lands of Grumor's mountains. A few villages at best. He has no place here, as Grumor is already represented.
How dare you, Lieutenant General? I was appointed king and ambassador by my people, not yours. I have just as much right to be here as you do.
You little scrap wrangler! How dare you speak to me in
I
such a
will
tone?
do more than speak.
Enough! Please, please, please. Lieutenant General Doffleg. Ambassador Gremlin here has long associated himself with Lane and has often fought alongside us. He has done all the necessary things in order to register Kobolos in the tournament. Oh, was there not a time when all nations were young?
Thank you, King Tonatris. It is our intention to show in this tournament that Kobolos is a cunning force not to be taken lightly. That our determination and ingenuity far outweigh the strength and speed of other nations. On behalf of Kobolos, we salute you.
King Tonatris, I am Bala Redfang, and I am Call of Sylvanus. And this is Kalin Silverhorn, Claw of Sylvanus. We have been sent by our Alpha to represent the animal tribes. Our ferocity and our instincts have made us a formidable force for hundreds of years. And to have our forces run together seems like a natural step. On behalf of Sylvanus, we salute you.
I hope you have worked on your anger issues since the last time I saw you, Papa.
Real funny, Barry. Let's see how pleasant you are with my fangs in your throat.
So, I see the answer is no, you have not. Now, it is my turn. Sit! Your Majesty, my given be Lauren of Valencia, Queen of the Flutterby, and just as importantly, the Queen of Kuki, the land of the Fang. And with me is Goodwill Ambassador, Peace Blossom of Kuki. The fairy folk have long enjoyed working alongside Kulain, and feel it's time to show that all our strategic prowess is not to be taken lightly.
Your strategy? And what is your strategy, Pixie? Confuse them with your ornate chatter till they surrender, just to silence you.
It is so cute they've taught you to speak. I wonder how well you roll over.
I will tear the glitter from your brain and set!
As I was saying, you're pleased as punch to be part of this tournament. On behalf of Kuki, we salute you.
Your bickering bores us. I am King Tyr, and this is Queen Mai of the Northlands. We have conquered many realms. We were recently informed of this tournament by our new ambassador. We will fight, but we salute no man.
You dare disgrace Kulain's rules of order? Excuse me. King Tyr, are you listening?
Yes, of course I am. My apologies. It is Northlander custom to salute one's king and queen and no other. But, in the interests of this exercise, we salute you.
Your Majesty, the hooded one, is that their ambassador?
Yes. King Tyr. Who is your ambassador?
I suppose somebody had to ask that question sooner or later. I am Mendax of the Northland.
Mendax, you slimy one! You are under arrest!
Under whose authority, slave?
Under the authority of the captain of the guards of Kulain. This man is wanted for treason against King Tanatrus.
Lower your weapon, slave. This man is an ambassador of the Northlands, and thus under our protection. Tanatrus, what is the meaning of this?
King Tyr, this man was responsible for the attempted overthrow of my kingdom last year. He drove us into debt, and with that secretly funded an army with my former Lord High Constable. He is a treasonous dog. Deserves to be put down.
That was before I became an ambassador of the Northlands. And as we are all well aware, under the rules of order, an ambassador is granted diplomatic immunity and the protection of Kulain while within her borders. You wouldn't want to go against the rules of order of Kulain, would you?
So lower your weapons, or it will be seen as an act of war against the Northlands. And as your slave will tell you, we are not a nation to be up against in a war.
Gorgle is no slave. He is the king. He is the captain of our royal guards, and he will be treated as such. Mendax is right. Lower your weapons. The rules of order will be observed.
Step 1 foot out of line, and I will end you!
End me? You mean the way the Northlanders ended Orcish rule of Mayrock years ago? Somehow, I'm less than impressed.
Funny you should draw a backbone now, worm.
Being on the winning team can do that to a man. So can being driven from your home for simply following orders under fear of death from an insane Lord High Constable. Your nephew, I might add. But no matter, for I am a changed man and all is forgiven by me. I hope that in time you will come to see that I was merely a victim of circumstance. King Tyr, Queen Mai, they listened to my counsel, and I, in turn, am happy to serve.
Fine, fine. Let's move on with it. Lord Greenman, if you would please to raise us.
King Tanatrus, Queen Erelise, we are the Green Men, and we are the voice of Trail, the plane of the unseen. We are those who live outside the hourglass of time. Dragons, elementals, the ancient magi. We are devoted to the balance of all worlds, and we speak as one voice and take part in this contest not to win, but to maintain the harmony of this world.
This world is far from harmonious, Green Man.
You have not seen what we have seen. Things could be far worse. We assure you. On behalf of Trail, we salute you.
As we all do salute you. May the gods of old bless the kingdom of Kulain, the Shire of Anli, and all who dwell within it this day and all days. May our hearts be strong, our spirits pure. Huzzah! Huzzah!
The tournament shall take place here on the Royal Tournament Fields at the hour of 3:30. Until then, please enjoy all the festival has to offer until then.
Make way for the king! Make way for the king!
Would you look at that? What kind of a toast was that? Fae going after the animal kin? Goblins going after the dwarves? Oh, then there's the bleeding Northlanders. Those smelly, vicious, evil, vile creatures from the Northlands, who we didn't invite, by the way, and who I think are probably some of the greatest people on the face of the... I deserved that, didn't I?
Yes, you did, Uncle.
Well, lords and ladies, now that you see the depth of their savagery, I advise you in about an hour's time to be at the top of the hill to watch the continuation as the Northlanders are plotting, no doubt, the demise of this kingdom. So, hopefully, you will all be enlisted as our spies to find out what is going on and how and if we can prevent it. Thank you, one and all.
Oh, look, an ice cube just came out of your head.